Ciao, this is Fabio and welcome back to The Gay Agenda. Today we'll be scoring the character for The Loyal Pin, episode 8, and that was one hell of an episode. So we probably had the best love scene in GL history. I don't want to say too much about it just now. Let's get into the scoring so that we can talk about it. Before we get into the scorecard, Maria wanted to send a message. Of course, she was not able to join us for the reaction last Sunday and as well for the scorecard, but she still wanted to say something because she has seen the episode and she wanted to share with you what she thinks. Let's take a look.
Hello guys, I'm still in Spain, but I watched episode 8 of The Loyal Pin. Oh my god. I made the biggest mistake of my life though, because I watched the episode during a bus tour and I couldn't scream. Like literally my fiance was sitting next to me and she was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "Oh my god." Oh my god, I still cannot breathe. Kunpin. It's hot because it's Spain, but I think it was even hotter because of Kunpin. Oh my god, I love the episode. I have nothing else to add to Fabio's comment. See you next Monday.
First up, we have Anin. Right, Anin character is a bit controversial this episode. I feel like we got to see a different side of her. But at the same time, she got some of the best scenes in the episode. The one scene where she gets to the party and start to scare all the boys away by eating that pork leg or whatever it was. I know she was meant to look kind of like she doesn't have any self-control, she's a bit messy, but she looks sexy. Like, how can you grab a pork leg and eat it like with your hands and still look sexy as fuck? Like that's beyond me. Like, Becky is just a goddess. And yeah, that was probably like the highlight of her character this episode. But also, as I said before, she got a couple of scenes where she's a bit I feel like we see a different side of her, which is not as good as what we usually see from her. For example, I didn't really like that she got drunk because she was jealous of Pin, but at the same time, she was the one that was surrounded by people that wanted her. She was sitting in between her cousin and the girl that literally almost like sexually harassed her, and both of them were feeding her. She danced with her cousin, and she had the cheek to blame Pin from because she was sitting next to Kunkue, like she had any choice. We know that he's very, very persistent. Like, she doesn't have any choice where she can sit and next to who. Well, Anin probably had a choice. She could have sit next to her brothers or I don't know, next to Pranot. Yet she sit next, like in between the two girls that like her. And then she got drunk because she was jealous. Not really the best version of Anin we've seen so far, but I cannot be too mad because her getting drunk led to the best scene we had this episode. Sorry guys, if you hear that my voice is a bit weird, I have been ill lately. That's why I couldn't post much content online. But yeah, please bear with me. My nose is a bit running and my eyes are literally like itchy that I would like to like remove them from my face and throw them away, but I'll still finish this video for you. And yeah, so as I was saying, her getting drunk led to the best scene we had this episode. I mean, the best scene we had so far in like 8 episodes of The Loyal Pin. And because of that, and because of Becky's acting during that love scene, like she was able to show pleasure on a completely different level than ever before. Uh, I looked at it twice during the reaction, and then I looked at like probably at four more times after that. The way that she looked during the love scene, like her face, her acting is beyond. I could really feel, not feel, I couldn't feel that, sadly. I could really see and understand what was going through her mind and how she was feeling just by looking at her face. And it was so raw and true that at times I was like, is she acting or are they really like, doing that on the side of the lawyer pin? But yeah, I mean, amazing. So I would say like there are pros and cons to her character this episode. So I mean, looking at everything all together, all the pros and the cons, I think this episode I will give her 4 chilies. She has been constantly getting 5 every episode, but I feel like this time because we saw that side of her that I didn't like much, I don't feel like giving her the full score, even though she gave us like so many good moments. Next character is Pin. Now, Pin, OMG, the Fingermaster, she has unlocked a new level of confidence that I'm just I don't know what to say. Like I'm speechless. Like the way that she was taking charge of the situation, the face. Oh my god, Freen, you cannot give us that face and expect us not to die. I cannot, like, I keep thinking about her face when she's on top of Anin and she's like, like she is starting to punish her, and that look, oh my god, like she was very, very, very good this episode. Friend acting is always on point. And I feel like she probably is the only character this episode that will get 5 chilies because she just gave us everything we needed and more. Oh my god, like the way that she fingered, I mean, finger master, yes, she is. I feel like I don't know, like, where did she learn that? So she was full of surprises, full of surprises. And on another note, I really like that she kind of like babysit Anin. And yes, she was upset at her, but not too much. She was the bigger person this episode. Next character is lovely Prick. We love Prick. She is the best. I mean, how many times can we say that we want her to have her own show? Like she again gave us so much comedy. I mean, the best scene from her this episode was when she met Pia, and they had like that conversation outside of Pine Palace doors before meeting with Anin, and the way that she became jealous and oh my god, like she is something else. Every time she make me laugh more than the time before. And guys, I am Team Prick. Like Pia can fuck off. Really, honestly, like I don't care how good she is. I don't like her. I don't trust her, and I think she will fuck up at some point. But I am curious to see. I'm very curious to see how she will interact with Prick, and I hope that having her around will give us more screen time for Prick because the two of them will have their own storyline. I don't want to give it 5 chilies because her time within the episode was limited. But 4, absolutely, hands down, 4 chilies. Next character I will talk about is the big brother Anan. Although his screen time wasn't a lot, he had one of the most important scene in the episode, which is the one where he actually find out about Pin and Anin. He see them kissing at the party, which is a very big moment because now Prick is not the only one. Prick and Pia are not the only one that know about Anin and Pin. Now there is another person, which is I want to say an outsider of the bubble that the couple live in, and I feel like he was gonna burst that bubble and he's gonna bring them back to reality, in the sense that they are now living in this kind of like fantasy world where they can be together, they love each other, blah blah blah. But the reality of their story is that they are not allowed to love each other, and eventually they're gonna have to marry someone else. So I feel like the big brother, being the fatherly figure and also being the responsible one, I think he will take it upon himself to convince Anin to kind of like stop messing around with Pin, because it's just gonna hurt her. Now, this is not what I think. I'm just saying to you guys what I think the brothers thinks. And I'm afraid that he's going to become the bad guy. You guys have told me that in theory, following the novel, he should not become the bad guy. He should support Anin and Pin. But I don't really see that coming. It would be a bit weird if he just supported Anin without even trying to kind of like persuade her to change her mind. It would be like out of character. And although, I mean, it would be lovely because he's the the nice brother and all of that, I want him to get to that point after he tried to kind of like stop them, or again, I don't want him to become the bad guy, but at least I want him to have a chat with Anin, say something on the line of like, are you sure of what you're doing? This is bad because this and that, and then when he sees that she's not changing her mind, then eventually kind of like start supporting her in this kind of like relationship, at least to live the relationship in the best way possible. So yeah, I mean, I want to give him a 3 stars. I feel like he was very important in this episode, and what we saw from him so far was actually quite considerate and good. I like how he is always the father figure. I like the interaction he had with Anin at the beginning of the episode and all throughout. I like to see him with Anon. I like to see Anon, and Anin, the three of them together. I always say that, but I feel like their relationship is so precious. They all have such a good kind of like banter between the three of them, and I think it's just great. I want to see more of them because I feel like it's nice to see the brothers in action sometimes. But yeah, all in all, very good performance from him. Yeah. Now, there wasn't any other character that was very important, I would say, in this episode. I will quickly mention Kunku, that is always like upsetting us and being kind of like inconsiderate and pushy. I mean, we've been so happy with a 2-year gap where he was not around, and now he's back dressed as a pumpkin, and he is pushy again. Like, come on, mate, you know that she doesn't like you. Stop. So I'm not gonna give him a score, but if I had to give him one, it would be 0 chilies. Another mention is the two sisters. First of all, one of them is stealing my boyfriend, which is not cool. And the other one is, again, not getting the hint. Anin told you to stop. She doesn't like you. Stop feeding her like she's your girlfriend. Stop sitting next to her. Stop showing up all the events. Stop. Another mention would go to the cousin of Anin. She's cute. She's what I like about her is that she respects the boundaries, and she know that although she love Anin, it's out of line, I guess, to cross that line. But yeah, it was nice to see her coming back. She After her dad died, she wasn't around much, understandably, but it was good to see her back. And another good mention will be the auntie. It's always nice to see her kind of like taking care of Pin and being kind of like in charge of the situation sometimes. She's a real girl boss. I really like her. So yeah, guys, I hope I did not forget anyone. I tried to mention pretty much all the characters, even though I didn't score some of them. So if I have forgotten one of the character or an important scene in the episode, it's not because I didn't follow the episode properly, but my brain is a bit foggy. So please forgive me. I hope you liked the episode. I hope you like this scorecard. As always, if you agree with my scores, please comment down below. As well, if you don't agree, let me know how many chilies you would have given to each character. And as always, we'll see you every Sunday for the Loyal Pin and throughout the week for other reaction videos.